Okay guys, so first off, I want to just apologize to you all. This video was meant to come out weeks ago. I've been kind of slacking on the content lately, and I really don't know what's wrong with me. I just feeling a bit of burnout at the moment, so I'm just gonna upload these videos I've got and do a bit of War for Cybertron, see if I can get that finished before Telltale The Walking Dead comes out. And the final season of that anyway, and then I'm gonna do the Red Hood and Arsenal Annual 2. After that I might be looking at taking a little break, because it's my birthday around about September, so I might take a few weeks off. But I'm just feeling burnt out at the moment, and I'm struggling to get the motivation to actually sit down and edit this stuff and record it. I'm sorry, I don't want to come across as lazy, and I think you guys deserve an explanation. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to get on to the video now. So this is my review of Deathstroke issue 42, I believe. I do say the actual number in the video though, so if I get that wrong, I'm sorry. Hello guys, Josh MC2000 here, and today we're going to be talking about Deathstroke issue 34, which is the 5th part of Deathstroke vs. Batman. And it's the last but one. So next issue is the end of the whole Deathstroke vs. Batman thing. This one, they actually had a pretty interesting fight. They what they did is, it's basically they set it up where it's set before Tim's come back, so Tim still isn't involved. So basically you've got Damien and Richard going through some of his effects, and Richard's a bit like, oh, I found this, it's a photograph of him, Jason, Richard, Damien, all of them together, and he gives it to Bruce. He's a bit like, I think you should keep this. And Bruce like looks at it and is like, yeah, I agree. And Damien basically starts going on about what's going on with Deathstroke, and basically says about what happened last issue, and Bruce literally drops it like that. He literally just drops it, and you hear it smash, and it's like, Richard is like, Dick, can you give us the room please? And then he leaves, and then Batman absolutely goes ballistic at Damien. He's like, look, you're my son, not Slade. Not Slade's. Got it? And it's basically like, gives him an absolute good hiding over it. And like, well, not literally, but like verbally, he pretty much caves Damien's head in verbally over it. Because it really got to him. You get the feeling it got to him. Like that, what Damien said just got to him. And basically, he then says to Damien, look, you're dismissed. You can go. So Damien leaves, and Bruce goes to go by the clock tower to get back into the Batcave. And then Deathstroke comes around the corner, puts the gun to his head, and he's like, you're going to take me to Batman's Batcave, because it's time we finish this. And basically, Dick and Damien hear the voice, and they're a bit like, that's Slade, isn't it? And Slade's like, if they come in here, I will kill them. Both. And then Bruce is like, both of you stay out of this. This is between me and Slade. And then they go down into Batcave, and then you cut to Richard and Damien running out, and they're like, oh, we should go back in, get our gear, we'll flank him. And Damien's like, no, this is my home too, I'll decide the strategy. And they kind of bicker. Then Alfred and Pennyworth, Alfred, Pennyworth and Wintergreen hop out the car, and they're like, no, you will do no such thing. Alfred's like, I presume Master Bruce gave you instructions. And he's like, and they're both like, yeah. And he's like, well, you follow them. And at that moment, loads of the FBI roll in, and Alfred looks at Wintergreen and is like, this better not be your doing. And then Wintergreen's like, what? No. And then he's like, he phones someone up, and he's like, I'm phoning someone who can sort this mess out. Then Slade and Batman kind of end up having a tussle. It's fairly well drawn. It's just I found it hard to, because they're talking all the way through the fight, and I found it really hard to keep track of. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I personally found it really hard to keep track of what was where. I think some of the panel placement was a bit iffy. If any of you guys agree on that, can you drop me a comment and let me know, so I'm not going mad. I just found it really hard to read it because of the panel placement. But anyway, outside of that, it was alright. Decent fight. It left on a cliffhanger with them both beaten up and bloody, lying on the floor. So we'll see what happens next issue. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I've got to say about Deathstroke vs. Batman issue 34. So, I know I need to do the video on the Black Label wishlist. I will get on that. I'm also planning to do a Modern Warfare Trilogy retrospective. Nothing to do with Comic Book Carnage. And I also need to do a video on this to do with one of the articles in this. This is a free thing that DC have started doing called DC Nation. You can get it digitally or at your comic book shop. I have them both, and I will talk about that next video, because there's stuff in here about the new design for Red Hood, and I kind of want to talk about it, but I'll probably get the digital copy up and show you the digital copy and talk about it that way. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video.